Hey. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture just to see how those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, we're back again. We are reviewing episode 9. We got one more episode to go. Isn't it? They only did like 10 episodes for Atlanta. Let me see what I get the name of it. I have the name, y'all. I just gotta find it. And it was two names. It was I keep telling y'all be believing that I'll prepare and it'll be the simplest thing that I'll forget. That's just me, y'all. Uh-oh. There it is. Andrew Wyeth, Alfred's World. I wanted to look him up real quick. Who is this Andrew Wyeth? Who is this? Let's see. Wyeth. Who is this person? All right, let's see who they say this man is. Okay, was an American visual artist, primarily a realist painter, working predominantly in a regional style. He was best known U.S. artist of the 20th century. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, that's who he was. I thought it was going to be something. So we start the episode off. Let me share my screen. We start the episode off. We've got Paperboy Alfred on his safe farm. He took Soldier Boy's advice and purchased him a safe farm, honey, because people in Atlanta was trying to knock him out of here. So he decided to go out here on his safe farm. So he's out there right now, shooting guns and everything, listening to his music and stuff like that. Just keeping himself as busy as he can, trying to enjoy the quiet life, which is a little different. And this is what's so funny. When we think about Atlanta, we think about this major metropolitan city. He literally is probably 30 miles to the east, or 30 miles to the west, 30 miles to the south. And he would be in the country, because Atlanta is a city. They have several metropolitans in the state of Georgia. But once you get out of Atlanta, once you get out of Savannah, and what's the other one? Macon. Those are the bigger cities. It's country. It doesn't take you to be but 30 miles away, and you will be in the country, child. But anyway, he is out there. He's shooting his guns. He's just pretty much by himself. He's got the little gun right here, the handgun, and then he's got a big old Mouseketeil. He gets a call from Earn and he ignores it. Now that's going to be interesting, because a lot of the calls that he gets from Earn, he is ignoring. And I don't know what that is. No one is saying. Is he feeling some kind of way now that Earn is getting ready to move to Los Angeles? I don't know exactly what's going on, but he is ignoring Earn's calls. He is ignoring several of Earn's calls. So here he is shooting the big Mouseketeil. I don't like that covering my face. There we go. He's up in here. He's shooting all of his stuff, child. Just acting, just acting up. And we spend a lot of time with Alfred, in his solitude. We spend a lot of time with Alfred in his solitude. He's shooting the guns and everything like that. He comes across an abandoned tractor. Not sure if that was just a tractor. I'm assuming that all that he's on is his land. I'm assuming that. But he runs across this abandoned tractor. He looks at it, and he's like, okay. We see him going across to where he lives, and right back there is his little farmhouse. So I'm assuming that was his land. That's his farmhouse, and he has a little shed. But in his shed, he has turned that into a grow house. So he is out there growing his strain of marijuana, and he is very excited about that. He's taking very good care. So apparently, he has a green thumb because all those plants are living. He's doing what he needs to do to keep those plants together. So he's there. He is, and he, like I said, it's all in his little grow house, his little shed. So it's innocuous. You don't know what's going on, and he doesn't require a lot of I guess a lot of electricity back there to grow all of that. He goes to the well. As he was closing his grow house, that's what I'm gonna call his shed, his grow house. He noticed that there was a hole in the door. So he goes to the hardware store, talks to the guy at the hardware store, and baby, the first thing that got me so sick is this man at the counter is he either has tobacco or snuff in his mouth, and he's got this spit cup. I don't know why or whoever thought that was cool, but that is the nastiest thing. The nastiest thing. Dipping that snuff and spitting, oh my gosh. Or that chewing tobacco, oh. And you spit into, oh. I had several relatives, older relatives that did that. They had that either they did that snuff, and I don't even know what snuff was. Was snuff just ground up tobacco stuff? But they put it under their lip. And, and then they have the chewing tobacco like right back up in here in the cheeks. But he's in the hardware store looking for stuff so that he can reinforce the door on his and he gets the look. This is the man. Oh my gosh. You see he must be snuffed because it's right up in here. And I don't know if they do chewing tobacco, but everyone that I saw that did chewing tobacco was like in the side of their mouth. But he's got it toward the front. Ugh. I'd rather you smoke a cigarette, honestly. I'd rather you smoke a cigarette. So he gets the only significant thing that was funny about that is that Alfred asked him, "Hey, do you all sell?" Let's go back. He asked him, like, "Do you all sell cast iron skillets?" And he's like, "No. If it's not on the shelf, we got to order it." And then Alfred is looking at him kind of funny, and the man says, "You can order it on Amazon." And yes, Alfred is going to order it on Amazon. Why not? If you don't have it in the store, I'm going to support local businesses. But if you don't have what I need to get it when I can get it. So that's going to be significant because he told him that he wasn't going to order the cast iron skillet. He wasn't going to order the cast iron skillet on Amazon, but exactly that he did. So Alfred goes back out and he's spending a lot of time with this tractor. He reinforces the door and everything, but he spends a hell of a lot of time with this tractor trying to get this tractor thing. And he does I got so tickled because the one thing he does, I know that my brother does, is that when he don't know how to do something, he just types it into YouTube, and YouTube would tell it. Somebody somewhere has a channel or something that'll show you how to do something. So he pulls up this YouTube channel of this guy. What's the name of the thing? These backhoes ain't loyal. These backhoes ain't loyal. So again, Alfred is spending a lot of time trying to get this tractor together. It is almost got him shook because he is really, really trying to get this tractor together. And when you're in your solitude like that, you have a lot of time to think. You have a lot of time to do a lot of things. And I'm thinking Alfred is spending a lot of time in his head. He's spending a great deal amount of time in his head. So he's working and trying to get this tractor together. And he's changed the oil. He's done everything that the guy has basically told him, but he can't seem to get it started. So he takes the, I guess that's the exhaust off, and baby, there is a whole rat. You can't see it in there, but there is a whole, let me see if my mouse can go across it. Can you see that mouse? You see right there? There is a whole rat in that damn thing. And he is so grossed out. And that's the thing was so funny. I know he's a city kid, but being out in the country, there's just things you just gonna have to get used to that you don't see a lot in the city. And for some people, seeing a rat, seeing a mouse is not anything that you see on the daily, but it is something that you're gonna see out in the country. You may not see a raccoon on the daily in the city, but you're gonna see the raccoons and the possums. And we've got another animal that he is going to see pretty soon. These are just a couple of shots that I thought were pretty. So here he is again trying to get this tractor started. He's trying, he's trying, he's trying, and then he gets that bad boy started, and he is riding in that tractor like it's a low rider, and he is pushed all the way back, and his hand is like, and he is so excited. To me, we outside. He had to go. He put his time and his effort into it, and now that he has a success, that tractor is rolling. And I mean, that tractor is rolling. That's a bad pick. I didn't go through the pics before I put him up here, so I apologize. But he's just rolling, child. He's having a good old time, just rolling through the property. And then he gets upon this hill, and once he gets upon this hill, the tractor tire gets stuck into something. And so he gets out to try to push the tractor. And I was like, oh, Lord. Because I have been, now, one of the things before I start talking, one of the things that I have always been worried about with Alfred is how death or the death seems to follow him. And he gets out of the way every time, but he goes through a lot of stuff. Being shot at, he's been shot at a couple of times. It was something that happened to him in last year that he almost was close to death. What was it? I can't remember. But it seems to always be following him. And this year, he's always getting out of some harrowing exploits. But and the same thing happens here. He gets out, he tries to, you see how Paris Lee, let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. You see how that tractor is leaning? Because first of all, he went too close to the edge. But you see how that tractor is leaning? You know something's about to happen. You just know something is about to happen. There is just no way that something is not about to happen. And sure enough, what happened? Okay. Sure enough, the tractor falls over. And Lord have mercy. As it pans over, we see that Al has been trapped up under this darn tractor, Jesus. And here's the harrowing thing about being in the country. I always never understood why a lot of folks did things in twos. You never did go out by yourself. And this is one of the reasons that I see now. You don't go out by yourself because something can happen and nobody will know or think about something until it's about time for you to come back. So like if you were going out to work in the field or something and everybody knew that it's a sun up, sundown job. If something happened to you and nobody knew that you were out there, but they wouldn't think anything was wrong, nobody would probably go check on. Well, they would go check on you. That's not the truth. They would go check on you, but then they wouldn't know how long you've been down there. If somebody else would have been with you, they could have at least ran and got help. So he's under this tractor. His foot is caught. He gets his foot out. His foot is injured. And bless his heart, he has to crawl all the way back home. He crawls and gets home. Halfway home, he sees the Amazon truck that's delivering, we find out later, but it's delivering his his cast iron skillet. And he gets to this point right here. He doesn't get the lady from the Amazon truck because she doesn't hear him because she has her earphones in. So she's riding around with her earphones, so her AirPods, so she hears no one. And so he makes it to the stairs, and he's tired because he has crawled there. And I was like, Lord have mercy, why don't you just crawl? You got to stand up. You got to try to stand up on that good foot and then get into the house. Why are you sitting out here? Let me also go back, and I meant to say this because I'm skipping over a whole part. Hold on, y'all. I'm skipping over a whole part. Uh, you remember I told you about his grow shed? Well, he noticed that somebody had gotten into his grow shed. So he went to the hardware store the second time to ask him what kind of animal is this? I know it's an animal that went in here and ate some of my weed, but he said it was corn. He's asked the man, what kind of a animal is this? And so he proceeds to tell him it's a feral hog. Now, here's the thing about the country and the city. You know, I was talking, and then this was the reason, this was the point that I was making about the country and the city. The guy explains to him that this hog, feral hogs are a problem. Not only will they eat your crops, but they will attack and they will eat you. And Alfred, living in the city, he finds that to be crazy because he eats bacon. He's the one that's eating the pig. The pig shouldn't be eating them, not understanding and knowing that pigs will eat anything. What you throw at them, they will eat. So I don't know, and this is so morbid, but this is the only thing that I was thinking about. There was a case, it's had to be a couple of decades now, about the pig farmer up in Canada. He was a serial killer. He was killing the people. And I know it was a lot of native Canadians, and they were being killed. They were going missing and they were being killed. And you know, the police were not taking them seriously. No one was taking them seriously. And then I think a couple of white kids went missing, and then it all started to snowball, and now everybody's paying attention because, you know, for the longest times, quote unquote, serial killers was an American phenomenon. And what people in the other countries would think, oh, that's an American thing, an American phenomenon. Now we do know that there was a serial killer over in England, but mostly they would think it was an American phenomenon because they would think that because they're so sophisticated and civilized, that's the word, that there wouldn't be anybody in here being a serial killer. And Canadians are always known to be very, you know, nice and civilized and stuff like that, so they didn't even think that they would be a serial killer in their midst. But why would they? Because he was definitely, he had the right tool to get rid of a body, which was he owned a hog farm, and he was in there feeding those human body parts to the hogs. A mess. But I know that was morbid, but that's what that reminded me of. But Alfred doesn't listen. He laughs it off. Now we get back to here. He is sitting here. Now, notice on the ground, he's got that Amazon package, and the cast iron skillet is right there. Well, as he's sitting there basically resting, thinking he's alone, baby, you see that bad boy? Now, see, what commercially they show you is the little pig, the little pink pig, and, you know, with the little curly tail and the little pink snout, and oh, he's so cute. These are pigs in the wild. They call them boars. They got tusks and horns, or whatever you call this. They've got that wild hair. And why it's so significant, you know, you guys that have those little brushes that help you with the waves, those boar brushes, they're made out of boar bristles, which is the hair from these wild pigs, the boars. Anyway, that boar looks over at Alfred, and Alfred looks over. Wait a minute, hold up. And I hate that I'm doing this, but it looks at Alfred, and Alfred looks at him. It looks at Alfred, and Alfred looks back at him. And then, baby, you can't see it well, but that big son of a gun went to charging. And my heart just sunk because I just knew he was dead. I knew he was dead. I knew Alfred was dead. Like I said, these pictures aren't as good. I knew Alfred was dead. I just knew he was dead because when those juggers bite you, they don't stop. They're literally chewing you. They're literally chewing you like they're eating you. They're not trying to maim you. They have charged at you and they will just eat at you. Now, can you imagine if those? I guess that's the mother pig, and she had the piglets that were back in the back. Can you imagine if they were all adult boars? And they all would have come. Alfred would not have survived. I'm sorry. He would not have survived. But he does survive. He picks up, he struggles, he struggles, he struggles, and he picks up the cast iron skillet. He starts beating the boar with the cast iron skillet, which inevitably kills the boar. And baby, Alfred lives to see another day. So he finally gets inside. He finally dresses his wounds, and he's sitting out on the porch. And well, he gets inside, excuse me, that evening, and then Ern calls, and he tells Ern, "Hey, listen, let me call you back. Call me back tomorrow." I bet he's not gonna ignore any of Ern's calls again, because baby, Ern calls him on FaceTime, and he looks at him. He said, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Alfred got his leg up. I mean, because that seemed like it was a deep cut. I sure hope he went to the hospital or somewhere to go see about that cut, because that seemed like a deep cut. That little first aid kit stuff to me wasn't going to cut it with a cut like that. But anyway, Ern tells Alfred that whatever contracts he was trying to get signed, they were going to sign it and everything looks good. Ern asked him what happened. Alfred didn't say what happened. He just kind of played it off. And that's that thing about Alfred that frustrates me. He doesn't talk about all these things. It's just like they just seem to like build up in him. And I don't know what is going on with that. I cannot, for the life of me, figure that one out. It's just like he has all, just like when he was shot at the mall, he didn't say anything. He's had a couple of near-death experiences prior to this, and he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't say. He acts like it is just all in a day's work, and it's not. That's tragic, traumatic. And particularly when you know that you've almost been eaten alive. And maybe it pans off. We see that Alfred done took that darn hog and threw it in the trash. First of all, I'm trying to figure out how he did that, because those things weigh 200, 300, 400 pounds. How did he get that big old doggone thing in there? A mess. But that's the episode, y'all. That's the whole episode. Alfred in his solitude. The only thing I am just very fearful of Alfred, we only have one more episode left. I am real fearful that Alfred might not make it, because we just had too many near-death experiences for them not to mean anything. I'm nervous for that. I would love for him to have someone that he can talk to, that understands him. I don't see him going to counseling, but I wish he would at least open up to his friends. So that was the episode. What did y'all think about the episode? We're getting around to the last little nitty gritty. What do you think? What do you think this last episode is going to be about? Do you think they're going to break the fourth wall or anything like that? Do you think I don't know what the last episode would be. I am hoping that everybody, all four of the characters, are going to be in this last episode. It seems like that would be the best thing. But who knows? Maybe they'll have a party and see Ern and Van and Lottie off to Los Angeles. I don't know. But we are at this last little episode, and I'm just getting a little sad. But hey, as you all do, Let's chop it up down in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. When you subscribe, you are now joined to my little channel, and you will see a bunch of playlists where I have reviewed several of television series and movies. Check those out. If you have anything that you would like for me to review, uh, please email me at Pam Entertainment TV at gmail.com. Pam Entertainment TV is one word. You see, there's 3 words on the screen, but it's all one word when you put it in for the Gmail address. All right. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe. Help me help you to see me. All right, people. And as always, bye bye.